and why is it important for the audience to measure it?
Let me be clear about cash flow. It's the only thing I care about. There is no business without cash flow. You might be able to last for a couple of years borrowing money, getting more investors, but if you don't have cash flow, you're going to zero. You got to start thinking about things like real estate. There's a reason Miami real estate is up 40% in the last 18 months or something, because it's a hard asset.
Did you mention real estate?
I own plenty, don't worry. But I've trimmed back a bit on office commercial. I'm waiting to see how that works out, getting more into the residential side. You know, that's a good revenue. You know, I don't have to tell you this. Yeah. Like, you're the guy.
Are you talking about apartments?
Yeah. This guy owns every apartment in Miami. Like, he's the landlord, basically. No, listen, you have to have had a fantastic mark-to-market run on your real estate. It's got to be amazing.
It's been just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then what happens now with everybody coming down here in the residential, the home price is going up 40%. It's just going to push into renters.
I'm one of those guys. I've been living in a condo. My wife is shopping for a home. She comes back with sticker prices that I want to throw up on my shoes. The stuff is insane. Yeah. It's crazy, but that's the market.
Well, I have this saying that, like, liabilities can be your assets, and assets will always become liabilities at some point. Do you know what I mean by that?
100%. You know, one of the things that a lot of athletes and entertainers and people, folks that grew up like my mother, you know, with very little, they did not understand the difference between a liability and an asset. And it's counterintuitive. Whatever you think is an asset is a liability, and whatever you think is a liability is usually an asset. And people say, but Alex, I'm buying real estate. I said, no, but you have 9 homes, and each one of them costs you $1 million a year, so you have $9 million of negative cash flow. Grant and I own a building, 500 units, and it puts $1.5 million in our pocket every year. So when you perform that out and you forecast that over 10 years, the delta is about $25 million, right? And you do that for 25, 30, 40 years. You buy real estate, you hold on to it, you never sell, you refinance it. Sometimes you have to sell for a strategic reason, but then you land, and today, we're about 8,000 to 10,000 apartment units, and I have 2 regrets in real estate. I didn't buy enough.
Yep. And the second one?
And I sold.
Exactly.
And I sold. But it's okay. You have to sell sometimes. You got to get a double. Not everything's going to be a home run. There's no need to be greedy. Take a single. Take it off the table.
But had you had capital, access to capital back then, you would have never sold anything.
Never. And we wanted to prove ourselves, right? We've put hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. We've bought well over $1 billion, $1.5 billion of real estate over the last 10 years. And we had LPs, we had limited partners, and we wanted to put money in their pocket, right? We wanted to build that track record. Now they're coming back to us and they're saying, Alex, don't give me this money back. Keep giving me the cash flow.
Magic Johnson told me once he made much more money. He invested in a real estate fund and started one. He told me he made much more money in real estate in 5 years than he made in totality playing in the NBA.
I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to live with the mindset of nothing's going to change. It's going to be like this forever.
What do you do with your money to prepare for that?
Do smart things. I'm heavy investment, real estate. We just started a VC.
Who loves real estate?
Real estate.
Why do you like real estate?
I love real estate. And, you know, real estate is just one thing that you know where your money is. That money's in the ground. So regardless of what's going on in the world, people are always going to need places to do business, places to live. They're always going to need places. So the more that you can achieve the buy or the ownership of these places, the more that you're always going to have revenue coming back to you. You're also putting yourself in a position to always go out and borrow or get, because I have these things to leverage. So the more that you, I guess you can say, the more that you get, the more that you can do. And, you know, sometimes I think people think that it's a far-fetched goal to get. And it's not really. It's not that hard when you gain the understanding of it. The game of Monopoly is a real game. Yeah. It's a real fucking game. And when you play Monopoly...
Can you repeat that? I don't know that everybody understands.
The game of Monopoly is a real game. When you play Monopoly, the goal is to buy up as much property as you can and get people to pay you for that property when they land on it. Rent. That's the fucking real game. So when I look at now my success, I'll tell you, here's something that I do. And this
Tell us something that only the IRS knows.
This is something that you guys don't know. Let's say I do a movie, right? That movie is whatever the fuck it is. I make a nice amount of money to do a movie. Take that number, split that number in half. Half of that number goes to the government. That's the IRS's, no matter what.
So we're talking about 25 million becomes 12.
We can just call it a number. I don't want people to knock me in the head when I leave here. Let's just call it a number, okay? Let's say that number is a number. No matter what, when you make money, split it in half.
Yeah.
Split it in half right away. Don't put the money in your bank account and look at it as you got all that money, because you don't. Half of that money is not yours. So right away, put it over here. Create a fucking account, call it the tax account. Put half of that there, so as you make money, you always put this money in the tax account. I never got to worry of giving the government their money, because that money's over there, and I don't look at that like it's my fucking money. I'm never gonna touch that money, because it's not mine, it's the government. So now off of my half, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna take another half. This half is going over here. This half is for my next real estate investment. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm putting it over here, so when I do figure it out, I got it there to buy. So now
This is so ridiculous.
I'm only living off a quarter of my financial gain. I split it in half, and I took a quarter.
This is the reason why money matters, okay? Without money, you can't buy food to live, to be alive. So money, you have to have money to be alive. But I believe in creating generational wealth, you know? Yes.
When you look at investments today, Floyd, what do you look at for is it a feeling? Is it have to make sense to you? Is it something you like?
If it's something that I know is paying off, lucrative and heavy, I got to go with it. I have to go with it.
How much do you like real estate? I know you own some real estate.
Hey, welcome guys. Grant Cardone here, and I'm going to provide you with some real estate information today that, well, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to make a big claim straight out the gate. I'm going to give you $1 billion worth of advice, maybe $5 billion worth of advice, information, tips, strategies, how to get there, how to find a deal. Minimum $1 million per deal. That's what we're looking for today. $1 million profit per deal. And I'm going to give you $5 billion of information in the next 90 minutes. So strap in, however you strap in life, strap in. Strongly advise you to get a legal pad. I know you don't have anything to download right now. So we want you to take notes here. I'm going to give you a bunch of information. I'm going to spend about 90 minutes with you, maybe 95 minutes with you. If you could put your complete attention on this, I'm going to show you how to take what I believe is the greatest real estate correction that I've had in my lifetime. I've been buying real estate since I was 28 years old, so almost 40 years I've been buying real estate from Florida, Texas. I bought real estate in Maryland, all across Florida, Texas, Arizona. Had about 2,200 units in Arizona when I was, 35, 36 years old, maybe 37 years old. 2,200 units in 3 days. I'm going to show you how to do it with bad credit, no credit. I'm going to show you how to do it with no money, other people's money. I'm going to show you how to syndicate deals, find deals, fund deals, manage deals, and how to make sure, most importantly, that you find a deal that doesn't make you 30 or 40 grand. That'd be cool. Or 3 or 4 grand. That'd be cool, by the way. I'm talking about how to find real estate that will change your life and your investor's life and your partner's life if you choose to bring other investors and partners with you. How to make sure that you make $1 million on every deal. I'll share with you the math, the calculations, what you're looking for. Like literally you will leave here in 95 minutes, okay, or 94 minutes with information that will show you when you leave here what you need to learn, where you need to go first, who you need to talk to, how to make the phone call, how to talk to the broker, how to sound like an expert. I'm going to take 40 years and I'm going to compress it into 90 minutes. Typically, we'd spend what, Jared, a couple days?
Yeah, 3 days.
Jared Glant, by the way, my sidekick in life. I've been hanging out with Jared, what?
15 years.
15 years. I got him in the real estate game, okay? He invests with me in real estate projects rather than him looking for his own deals. I find the deal, I fund the deal, I show it to Jared, he throws some money in it, and then I have a bunch of other people over time that have invested with me. If you guys don't know me and never heard of me, okay, this is the first real estate training you've ever attended, put in the chat, first one ever, and I'll see who's here. First one ever, just put newbie or first. Okay, good. Oh, there's a lot of people here, first time ever. How many people registered for this in the last 3 or 4 weeks?
We had
The first
68,000.
11,000.
68,000.
68,000 people. I did an event last week on real estate. We had 68,000 people register. Okay, so for you guys that are first time only, I'm gonna have to bore the audience that knows who I am. My name's Grant Cardone. I've written, 8 or 9 books on business. 1 book on real estate, how to invest in real estate. It's that book right, well, it's not out here.
It's right here.
How to create wealth investing in real estate. I wrote this book. Is that the dictionary or the book?
The dictionary.
Yeah. It's the first thing I asked for.
Yeah.
Crazy. My life is crazy. How to create wealth investing in real estate. You can find it on Amazon for somewhere between 25 and 40 bucks. I basically share in that book how I built a real estate business
Empire,
starting with
really. Yeah.
$3,000. Jared calls it an empire. I don't. I call it a business. And how I started with $3,000. I was in Houston, Texas. I bought a single family home, and I've scaled that to $5 billion of real estate. Today, we've raised $1.7 billion from others, friends, family, partners, investors, people that follow me online. Also own a number of other businesses that I use these main businesses to fund this real estate. I'm going to tell you today why real estate's such a great opportunity for you. We're going to spend a few minutes just sharing with you, like, how do you get in this game? Real estate has created one of the greatest wealth industries to take normal, everyday people and create wealth for them than any other sector. If you look at AI, you'd have to be a coder, you'd have to be connected, you'd have to be in Silicon Valley, you'd have to get a lot of funding, you have to know something. To have some great technology breakthrough, or to be the Facebook guy, or Mark Zuckerberg, or Elon, you have to be extremely intelligent, invent something new. With real estate, you don't need to do that. You don't need to build it. You just need to find it and buy it, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. If you're not here, if you've never been with me before, welcome. You're going to love this. I'm here to give you information. 99% of you are going to walk away with a ton of information. Hopefully, you'll let us help you. The 1% will let us help you get serious about really doing this, going from education to money. Okay.
Bottom left. Bottom left.
Bottom left. My goal is.
Here, just hit the eraser.
Everything's on this side.
Yeah.
My goal is when you leave here today, sorry about the board, is that you can find a deal in your marketplace, okay? And you can fund that deal. Well, you can fund that deal whether you have money or don't have money. My first deal, I found a little house, okay? And I put $3,000 down, and I got $75,000 loan. That's what I call the funding. So I'm going to go over. This is for you that are ready to blow up. You're ready to, I want to either do my first deal, okay? Maybe you're in Arizona, you're in Minneapolis, maybe you're in Philadelphia, you're in New York City, Atlanta, Savannah. I've been in all these marketplaces. You're in Daphne, Alabama, where I bought a deal 7 years ago, and I got an offer yesterday for $50 million, okay? Literally, off-market deal. I just put financing on the new financing. I've owned it. I paid $32 million. I'm going to make $18 million for me and my investors on that deal. And it cash flowed for the last 7 years at about 10%. So we're going to end up making like 25% on our money per year that we owned it. Okay, how does a 25% return sound for you and your family? That's 3 times the S&P 500. 25%, and it cash flowed the whole time, and I got tax write-offs the whole time, and I had a real asset the whole time, and people were using it the whole time. And by the way, that was during periods where it went up and down, and I'm gonna still make 25% per year for my investors and for myself. Now, the goal today is to get you guys.
Bottom left.
Yeah. The goal today is to get you guys. Okay, guys, let's just clean it up, you know. And the next time, clean the whole board up. The goal is to get you guys with a real estate investment, okay? The goal is not just to teach you how to buy real estate, it's to get you a deal. Learning about the real estate is one thing, learning about it, planning, thinking, praying, oh, I want to get in real estate. We got to find a deal, okay? The hardest part of the real estate is finding a deal. When I use the word deal, by the way, I use it all day long. People say, what do you mean by the deal? The deal is the asset itself, the physical real estate. Okay, you could be looking at land, you could be looking at storage, you could be looking at single family homes, you could be looking at 2 units, 4 units, 8 units, 16 units. I'll show you all that. You could be looking at retail, mansions, big mansions. You could be looking at Airbnb. You're like, oh my God, there's a lot of information, okay? We're gonna share all that with you. And then for those of you that are just super, like you're super smart and you're able to, you know, boom, you're gonna go out and buy some real estate and hopefully you're gonna find one deal. And every deal, by the way, this is our minimum target. I want to make $1 million on one deal. Now, the reason you want that target is because I could show you a deal how to make $3,000. My first deal, I put $3,000 in, I made $3,000. That was 100% return, and I did that in under a year. Put in $3,000, I made $3,000. That was cool. I had a piece of real estate, I had my first deal, but let's face it, $3,000 doesn't really change anything, okay? I could have taken the same time, the same energy, had I known what I was doing. This is 40 years of information sitting over here to my right, okay? Had I known what I was doing, had I had the experience of $5 billion of real estate transactions, I would have done the same deal just down the street. And rather than making $3,000, I'd have made $1 million, and I'd have been 28 years old. I'd have made my first $1 million. I'd have done one deal, and I'd have made more money on that one deal than I had made in my entire life. Now you're like, yeah, that sounds cool, but you didn't do that. Guess what? 3 years later, I did. 3 years later, I figured out how to do this because I studied. I studied Sam Zell. Here's some names for you, by the way. Sam Zell, Donald Bren, Fred Trump. Study what Equity Residential did, how Sam Zell built his real estate portfolio. You can just, yeah. No. See. Come on, man. You just got to clean them up before you. How do you clean up every one of these? Just clean the whole board up. Okay. Technology, AI is not where we want it to be yet, okay? So that's where we're at. So this is a magic board. I'm going to use the magic board today. While he's cleaning that up, what market are you in? What market are you in right now? What city are you in presently? And what are you hoping to accomplish today? Okay? What market are you? Upstate New York, great market right now. Orlando, phenomenal. Tampa, phenomenal. Pueblo, Colorado. I got a buddy that was at my house last night. He owns, what did he tell me he owns? 18 units in, what did he tell me? 30 units in Pueblo, and he's trying to sell them right now. Detroit, Metro Detroit, South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Portland, Phoenix, Dallas, Champaign, Illinois, great market. Anywhere in California, phenomenal, and I'll tell you why later. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Bethesda, Maryland, phenomenal if you could be to the west side, like in that CIA, what's it called? Huh? Langley to, God, what's that little pocket right there? Tyson Corner.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you want to be east of Dulles Airport. So all these little pockets. You're in Greece. Oh my God, there's so many great investments in Greece. If you'd have been buying in Greece in 2012, you'd be so rich today, it'd be unbelievable because there was a massive recession and correction there. We're in that in the United States right now. The great play in America right now is you can steal real estate. Now, if you go to Saudi Arabia, like my friend Simeon is. He said, I'm Simon from Saudi Arabia. You got a whole different kind of landscape of real estate there. It's mostly development going up. Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We got Boston in the house. Go back to Boston. It says finding $300,000 units, upstate New York. Did it clean up? Okay. 100,000. He wants to buy 100,000 to 400,000 units. Wow. Bro, that's a big plan. Okay. So what you want to do now, I want you guys to write down what's the plan? What's the goal? Or you'll hear me talk about this as the target. Because what I'm going to do today is I'm going to help you get that target bigger. So whatever your target is right now, just the first thing you think with, if I left this training today, and that's what this is training and education, okay? And some of you get the training faster than others, okay? I'm not a fast student, okay? I don't learn things the first time. I commit to things like a hungry dog, but I need to repeat things, okay? Everything I've ever learned in my life was because I repeated the same program 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 times. I don't do new programs. I find something that's good and I listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over again until like I got it. I'm not a dilettante, okay? I'm a committed, all in, obsessive. I don't need to learn everything, but I need to learn everything about this one thing, okay? So repetition, somebody said, is the key. Absolutely. So what's your plan, goal, or target? Now, what I'm looking for right here is the number of units or the amount of dollars that you want to create for you and your family. Net worth. What I'm talking about is a net worth, okay? So these are the goals. Everybody write them down. Let's see here. Signing a deal, minimum 100 units. That's easy, bro. That's easy for everybody, by the way. No credit, bad credit, and no money. That's no problem. Cody wants to get 99 units and $50 million in net worth. Good. Rudika wants 100 units. Great. Christy wants 100 units. Okay, you guys just copying what everybody else wants. What I want you to do right now is I want you to write down your plan. You don't need a plan. I'll fill in the plan. What's your goal? What would you like to walk away with today? It could be single family, storage, hotels. What could it be? Retail. You want to buy a shopping center. Everything's for sale, by the way. If you guys don't know this. All this stuff I'm talking about is for sale at a discount at scale. You can buy tons of it. Okay, 40 to 100 units, great. Net cash flow, ooh, there's a good one, net cash flow. Let's go to that net cash flow one. All this is math, by the way. Everything I'm seeing in here is accomplishable. Okay, 32 units, 500 unit apartment complex or newly built community. I have 3 daughters to leave an empire to, which includes learning this process being the number one. Yes, okay, good. For all of you guys that have family members, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, kids, you want to leave something to, there is no better asset than real estate to leave to your kids. I don't mean a home. By the way, leaving real estate, 100 units, 40 units, 80 units, 200 units, leaving that to your family is different than leaving your family with a business that they don't want to do or a house they don't want to live in. Okay, somebody wants to get in the hotel business. Good. Rocky says as many doors as I can get. I know, but Rocky, we need to get that to a number. What is the number? Whatever number you guys pick, I'm going to show you how to 10x the number. So don't be scared of the number. Apartments and a restaurant. I cannot help you with the restaurant, Joshua. I can't. I can help you with the apartments, and I'm going to do everything I can to talk you out of being in the restaurant business. I would own real estate where restaurants would rent from you. I want my own capital. Okay, I want a car wash, storage unit, 10 apartments. No problem, Jeff. Easy. All right. Larger single family homes and rent out the rooms. Monty, I'm gonna show you a better way than buying single family homes. That's what I started with. Let's see. We got Frank. He wants 12 units, $12 million by 2026. Okay, let's take Frank. Frank wants $12 million. Or 12 units, okay? Now, I'm going to tell Frank this right now. You cannot get 12 units, cannot be $12 million. So what we got to do, we got to drop that because that's going to keep him from doing this, and we just got to go for the money. I would tell everybody here, convert your real estate goals to a financial goal. Do not worry about, I want a house or a hotel. I have a target, okay? This is my target. All targets should be reduced to dollars. If you're in a physical business, an intangible business, all targets should be reduced to how many dollars you want to achieve. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have, this is our goal or our target, and I'm going to figure out how real estate can accomplish that target. And I would suggest to you that unless you're a professional ball player or you're somebody that's in high demand and maybe you're going to do a gig at the Super Bowl, it's very difficult for you to get your income to go up to $12 million. But it is very easy for me to get $12 million out of real estate. In fact, let me just show you what the math is. 12 million divided by 200 divided by 0.05. Let me see, how would I do this, Jared? We had that reverse calculator. I want $12 million in net worth, $12 million profit, right? 12 million. Let me see, how would I do this? Times, I'm trying to think how I would do this.
Well, you just take 12 million divided by the cap rate, and you need a $240 million. If you want to make 12.
No, I need an NOI of $720,000.
Oh, okay, got it.
I need NOI of 720. Okay, so not to complicate this, if you don't understand what that means, but what real estate works like this: it has gross income. I'm not going to build anything. I'm going to buy something that already has gross income in it. This is the beautiful thing about real estate. You could buy a property with $1 million of gross income and not have any credit, not have any money, and you could get a loan on this. You could have bad credit and get a loan on this. If it had enough gross income, and that's going to be less your expenses, equals a number, okay, this is your top number, less minus expenses, and this equals your NOI. Your NOI determines the value of the real estate.
And the NOI stands for?
Net operating income.
So
okay?
It's basically like a business, like a financial statement. You have income, you have expenses, and then you have profit.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. I talked about, here, let me see if I can just show you this on my spreadsheet right here. I want to give everybody that stays to the end today, by the way, I'm going to give you access to this spreadsheet that I use. Everybody that stays to the very end, not the deal tracker.
Okay.
My spreadsheet.
Okay.
And this spreadsheet has every deal I've ever done on it. Okay. Now let's see if they opened up my spreadsheet. There it is. Okay. Let's see here. This has my working deals, my portfolio, NOI. Okay. I'm going to show you a deal in here. This is every deal I've ever done. Now, I've done $5.2 billion worth of real estate deals in my career. This is all trackable, provable. I could say it's confidential. This is a confidential spreadsheet. It's my proprietary spreadsheet. If you guys want to just put a yes in the chat, and if you stay, just put a yes, I want the spreadsheet. Free. Cost you nothing. And let me see. I'm going to go to a deal I did. Every deal I've ever done is on this sheet.
And every deal that gets done, this is a great thing about real estate, is every deal is tied to county records because it's a physical piece of property. So every deal has a record, every deal has tracked transactions, the financing attached to it. All of this is public record that you guys can access anywhere, which is unlike some of the investments that you may have made or been presented before where it's a little bit hard. Like
it's murky.
Invest in my business, and you're like, I don't really know what's going on with that business, or if there even is a business.
Yeah, you invested in Radio Shack, and you're like, where is Radio Shack? Okay, like what is it? What are we doing with real estate? Like this Audubon deal. Okay, you see that line 14 right there? If you guys can blow it up even some bigger, maybe. Okay, I bought this in March 4th of 2014. It's that line right there. My acquisition price was $34 million. And you're like, man, how do you buy something for $34 million? I highly recommend it. It's easier, listen to me, easier to buy something for $34 million than it is to buy one house for $400 grand. And I'll prove it to you today. There's lenders that would turn you down for $400. You'd get turned down for $400, and you'd get turned down on an $80,000 car, but they would approve you for this asset, okay? The reason why is because this asset, when I bought it, had this thing right here called trailing 12. Now, I'm going to give you a bunch of information. That's why I said to you guys, write this down. We didn't download a boat. We did this book. We did this last minute. We literally started marketing this week. And we had tens of thousands, 68,000 people over the last 3 weeks. And then we added this one this week to provide you guys with the information you need so you can take advantage of what I believe is the greatest real estate correction of my lifetime. It's happening right this second. And if you guys miss this, what's going to happen is, what are we in, October?
Yep.
This is going to go way by next year. By next year, October next year, maybe the end of 26, this thing's all over. And all these assets that I'm talking about today, I'll show you where to find them. Just stay here, okay?
They're going to get bought up by...
Somebody's going to buy them.
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason I'm showing you this deal is because yesterday, I had a guy write me an email. Are my emails open, Sherry?
They were, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if I can show this to you. Again, real estate, this is what Jared was saying. The beautiful thing about real estate is very difficult to get ripped off in real estate. It's very difficult to make it a scam or a fraudulent thing because there's a record, okay? So yesterday, okay, this guy writes me. Let me see if I can get in here. And says, hey, man, can I make you an offer on your deal? Let me see if I can show you that email. Oh, there it is. No, there it is right there. Hey, thanks for sending me over this LOI. It's really small down here. We have received it, and here's the LOI. From Weldon Field, and the offer is for $50 million. Because I own an asset. Okay, now I had somebody write me yesterday and say, I want to buy your asset. How many of you are not getting those emails? How many of you'd like to have that email? Like somebody, I want to buy something for you. I don't know these people. They found my property, Audubon. They bought the place next door. They just closed on the place next door for $22 million. And they're like, we want to buy the neighbor too. The reason people aren't calling you, I want to buy your stuff, is because you don't own stuff. Okay? Nobody's going to call and say, hey, I want to buy your tennis shoes, or I want to buy your shirt, or I want to buy your car. Probably not going to happen. But when you own assets, not bracelets, people are going to want your stuff, particularly if it produces cash flow. Okay, now check this out. Remember that number, 50 million. It's $149,000 a door. It's cheap. The asset's cheap for somebody to buy it from me. But if I go back to my sheet right here, and that's what I did. I'm driving home yesterday. I get a phone call. Guy says, hey, man, I bought it in. What date is this, Jared? What did I say this date was?
2015 March.
I bought this in 2015. I've owned it 10 years. Let's see. I bought it in 2015. What does it say I paid?
35 million.
No.
34?
No. I paid total capitalization. The total, we paid 34, but I had to spend some money on it, was $34,500, okay?
30 million.
$34,500,000, okay? Now, when I bought this, I put $7,350,000 down. Now, when you guys are seeing this right now, you're like, I don't have $7 million, Grant. What are you talking about? I didn't either. I raised this from investors. Okay, we financed $27,000 thereabout dollars on the asset, and 10 years later, in 2025, I get an offer. I'm not even listing the property. Of $50 million, okay? So if we sell it for 50, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I don't even know if I'm going to take it. If I sell it for 50 and I owe 27, me and my investors are going to split $23 million. But what you don't know is that this asset, you see these numbers right here? Okay, I'm just showing you. I'm a practitioner. I'm not a I am a teacher, but I'm using The teaching that I'm delivering to you is based on something that is happening in real time rather than something that happened 50 or 100 or 500 years ago. This is happening, and it can happen for your family, okay? See these two numbers right here? The trailing 12 NOI. What does that say? It says
2512.
Trailing 12 NOI. I'm giving you numbers.
2.5 million.
Okay, it's $2.5 million. Now look, if you don't let these numbers overwhelm you guys. I'm going to show you deals today. Somebody said they want to make 12 million. I'm going to show you how to get to 12 million. If your goal is 1 million, I'm going to back down the number of units and show you how to get to 1 million. You can do that before the end of the year. Listen to me. You can get one deal before the end of the year that makes you and your family 1 million. I'm going to show you a deal that's going to make us 23 million. It took me 10 years to get there. 23 million is $2 million every year for 10 years. One deal. I have 45 of these deals, okay? The trailing 12 NOI. Trailing 12 is the trailing 12 months NOI that I talked about earlier. And then the debt service is $1,500,000, okay? In addition to the asset making me 23 million, it also made us $1 million in cash flow. I'm going to make what did I say I was going to make on this chair? 23 million. That's the profit on the deal. And it also made 23 million a profit, and it made me $12 million in cash flow for a total of $35 million. Okay. Now, how many of you would invest some time and energy? How many would like to make $35 million in 10 years? Okay, you cannot do that. Let's just look at this. Let's just break this down. Okay, this is what I did when I was 28 years old. I am never going to make $35 million as a salary. I'm not a ball player.
4.6x.
It's a 460% return on my money. 460% return divided by 10 years equals 46% a year. Okay, there's nothing that does that. There's no, NVIDIA didn't do that, I don't think. Look up NVIDIA in the last 10 years. Maybe it did. It's a freak stock. You don't own any. Very few people do. It's owned mostly by institutions. See, this asset class right here, folks, can make you rich. You don't have to guess. You don't have to be an insider. You don't have to get a call from somebody at Wall Street. You don't have to be connected to J.P. Morgan and Jamie Dimon and Goldman Sachs. You can go in your damn neighborhood where you live, like I did. I was in Daphne, Alabama, Audubon Apartments. My mother-in-law lives in Daphne. I'm on my way. We fly into Daphne to go see my mother-in-law. There's the asset. It's called Audubon. No, that's not it. Audubon Apartments. Watch. Daphne, Alabama. My mother-in-law lives in Fairhope. Let's see what the name of this property is. I just clicked it on Daphne, Alabama. The rents are $9.99 to $19.60. Here's the property. Is this it?
10X Audubon Park, yeah.
10X Audubon Park. Okay, the name of the property was Audubon Park when I bought it. Guess what I did? I changed the name to 10X Audubon Park, okay? It's at 8160 Country Road 64, and here are the rents. I'm on my way to my mother-in-law's house with my wife, Elena. The kids were like 4. You guys were 4 and 6 at the time. They're with us. We're going to see Grandma. I'm driving down the road, and I see this, huh?
For Christmas.
Yeah, for Christmas. Was it Christmas?
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Okay, my daughter's in here right now giving me an update on when it was. I'm driving down the road, and I see this building, okay? I don't know if you guys can make this building bigger or you can make it... See that building on the right? I'm like, boy, that's beautiful. Let's pull in, okay? On our way to Grandma's. And I pull in. I'm like, this is a beautiful property. Went inside, found out who owned it, made an offer, bought the asset, and one decision, because I knew what I was looking for. And I'm going to get you guys in a position, by the way, to look in your market. You don't need to come to Florida. You don't need to go to Alabama. You don't need to go to California. You need to go within 3 miles of where you live right now, wherever you are right now. And I'm going to show you exactly what you're looking for so that you can make $1 million on one deal. Okay, now who would spend the time, the energy, and the effort? Like, you're gonna have to learn something. Let me see a big yes. If you're like, I am fully committed, dude, to learning how to play that game. I bought that deal with investors' money, other people's money, okay? I did not have the money, just so you guys understand, I did not have the money at that time. The deal was $32 million, and I needed $7 million down. I needed to get a loan for $25 million, okay? I did not have this money, okay? If you don't have $32 million right now, just write in the chat, I don't have the money. I want to see how many people do not have $32 million. Guess what? You could still buy it. Everybody in here, you could still buy that asset, okay? Now, you can't buy it for 32 million, but you could buy it for 50 million. Okay, you're like, Grant, I didn't have 32 and I don't have 50. You could still buy it for 50 today. Okay, this is how you do the deal. First thing you do is you find out the financing on the deal. You don't worry about how much money you have. First thing you do is find out how much debt that deal will have. In this case, this deal has how much debt on it? How much debt do I have on it right now? I think I just put a new loan on it. Let me see, loan, debt. Audubon Park. Oh, by the way, my fair market value is at 48 million. That was the target I had to sell this asset, and I got an offer higher than what I think the property's worth. Okay, I hope they don't hear this.
You might need to go back.
Let me see. I want to see my debt right now. Acquisition, 32 million. What do I?
Well, the debt would be 34 less 7.3.
Yeah.
26.7.
Yeah, somewhere around 27 million. Okay, so today, if I have a loan of 27 million on it, I think my loan's a little higher than that right now. But if I have a current loan on the asset right now, which I do, by the way, and that loan is what's called assumable, meaning you could take the loan. It's got 5 years left on the loan with interest only at 5%. A 5% loan. All you have to do now is figure out how to get to $23 million. And you're like, yeah, bro, I don't know anybody with 23. Yes, you do, okay? If you have the right asset in the right location, that will cash flow, people will finance this deal. When I bought this deal, I did not have 32 million. I did not have 7 million. I did not have 25 million. I am going to show you today where to go to get that money. Now, if you can't think with a $32 million deal, let's just look at a $3 million deal because it works the same. Let's say you found a deal for $3,200,000 in your neighborhood. It was 32 units. They're $100,000 each. I'm going to show you how to buy that asset, okay? Because the lender's going to give you a loan for $2.2 million. You need to raise $1 million, okay? You only have 20 grand of your money. I'm going to show you how to raise the 980. I'm going to show you who's got that 980. I'm going to show you how much you need to pay those people, and I'm going to show you how to get them to make their 980 becomes 1,980,000. And I'm going to show you how to get your 20,000 to become $1,020,000. Okay? You're going to make $1 million, and they're going to make $1 million. Who's interested in that? Okay, your investors will make $1 million on top of their million, and you, if you put 20 grand in, I'm going to show you the math, the exact math, so you can say for sure they'll make $1 million and we'll make $1 million. Let me see if I can do this math real quick. Yeah, that would do it right there, okay? All I have to do here, I just know the math. You guys need to know the math the way I know it. If you take 32 units at $400 a month, put that in your computer or your phone, 32 times 400 times 12. How much is that, Jared?
$153,600.
$156,300, okay? You need to find 32 units. This is your target. If you wanted to make $1 million for you, and $1 million for your investors. It's a great pitch, by the way. Hey, my investors make $1 million. You guys put $1 million down. They're going to put all the money down. Your $1 million's going to make $1 million, and then I'm going to get paid $1 million too. And the investors will be like, "That's cool with me, bro. Double my money, 100% return." Do that in 4 years. If you can do that in 4 years, that's 25% per year. Okay, any investor, doctors, chiropractors, lawyers, they're going to be like, yeah, do it, because they don't have time. The professional that's working, the ball player, the rapper, the chiropractor, the dentist, the veterinarian, they don't have time, but they want to buy real estate because they know, hey, at some point, man, I got to quit doing teeth. I got to quit putting my thumb up people's butt. I don't want to do any more dogs. But I can't go buy real estate. At some point, I want to quit taking care of people, and I want passive income to come in. Okay, I want to make money. I want to be an investor, but I don't have time. So watch. If you found 32 units where you live, San Diego, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, New York City, and you could buy 32 units where the rents were too low by $400, and you raised the rents 400 times 12 months. This is the months. That would generate another $156,300 of rent. If you were able to keep that rent is equal to a new value.
6 or 5.
156 and divided by 6. 0.06. That is $2,600,000 of new value. $1 million for you, $1 million for them, and $600,000 for Grant. You could literally do this. You keep $1 million, give Jared, your investor, the chiropractor, $1 million, and his $1 million back. This is just profit, by the way. Okay? He gave you $1 million, it's still in the deal. Boom, sell the deal, give him $1 million, you keep $1 million, and you could send me $600,000 because I taught you how to play the game. How many of you be willing to send me $600,000 in 3 or 4 years because I taught you how to find the deal, fund the deal with no money, how to handle your investor? Yeah, you guys are like, yeah, dude, if you can show me how to make $1 million, I'll give you $600,000 of it. I don't want $600,000, okay? I want you guys to go out and do what I've done with real estate. I want to show you exactly what I've done because nobody else is going to show you guys this game. There's nobody with $5 billion worth of real estate spending today with you for the next 90 minutes on how you can get rich in real estate. The banks aren't going to show you this, folks. Your uncle can't show you. Your daddy can't show you. If your mom, your dad, your uncle, or your aunt was going to show you this game, they would have showed it to you already. Your teachers didn't show it to you. Your professor didn't show it to you. I was introduced to real estate investing by an accountant when I was 19 years old. The guy that was teaching me accounting in college at McNeese State University was also my landlord. Okay, and I was paying $275 a month. And I'm sitting with him one weekend. We were both in a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. I was 25 years old at this time, and I'd just come out of a rehab for drug addiction. This guy used to be my professor in accounting. And I said, man, I'm paying you $275 a year in rent times 12, $3,300. I said, what did you pay for the place? He said, Grant, I paid $3,300 for the house. He had bought the house in a downturn in Lake Charles, Louisiana, when there was 25% unemployment, just a few years before when I'm asking him this at 25 years old, okay? And I said, what did you pay? He says, I paid like $3,000 or $4,000 for the house. In 1981. I said, excuse me? He says, I paid $3,000 to $4,000 for it. He earns that every year. Okay, the rents on that place today, what is this, 40 years later? Yeah, 42 years later. The rents on that same place today are $2,800. Okay, I don't know if him and his family still own it. His name was Charlie Whitman. I don't know if he gave it to his daughters. He just passed from cancer. Those rents went up 10x. But you guys got to understand, that's 10x times 12 months times 28 years. This is how you create wealth investing, okay? You create it by owning something real that cash flows over long periods of time, and you keep it. So how many of you could find $5,000 to go buy a deal today? Let me just see a hand. If you could find $5,000 to buy a $4 or $5 million deal. Good. How many of you could find, let me see, are there any no's? If you knew a deal would make $1 million, how many of you could find a $5,000? Good. I'm going to show you how to do those deals today. I'm going to show you how to buy 4 units, 8 units, 14 units, 18 units, 28 units, 68 units, However you want to do it, I'll show you how. You can go small, you can go big. I'm here to help you, support you. This is my give back, okay? For all the things that I have been graced with, the luck that I've had, the fortune, great fortune that I've had investing. For all of you guys that have supported me, you're like, why is he doing this today? Because this is what I wish somebody would have done for me. I wish Charlie would have taken me when I was 15 or 16 years old, not 25. I wish there's Charlie right there. I wish Charlie would have taken me before I got involved in drugs and say, hey man, let me show you how to get in the real estate game right now. Okay? You can learn this right now, folks. You can be 8 years old and learn this. You do not need to be 78 years old and start learning this. Learn this game now. And for all you guys that are interested in AI, and AI is going to take over the world, and technology is going to take over the world, nothing is going to get rid of this. Let me see.
101 Miser?
I could, but I wasn't thinking about that. Nothing's going to get rid of this. That asset right there. That's 1117 Sheffield. This thing just does not. Let me go map. Let me see if I can go map. See this asset right here? I just went Google Map. That asset right there. Is that 1117 Sheffield? Not really a very good view of it. No. Oh, there's a swimming pool there now. Okay.
I think they rebuilt it.
Yeah. No way they tore it down. No way. It can't be torn down. There it is. I was on the wrong side of the street. Okay, see that? That asset is still there. That's been traded twice. What is the year that was built? That asset was built in 1955, if I'm not wrong. 1955, that is 70 years old, been owned twice, and the rent's $2,800 today on that property. It's still there.
1955.
1955. That asset is 3 years older than I am. It's produced income for 70 years. Okay? This is real, folks. Okay? This is real. And this will be real. This will be here 30 years from now. If it's not that property, they'll end up tearing this down and making it look like the one next door to it. This is worth $1 million for. You understand what I'm saying? So this is a great way for you guys. Now, why now? Okay, let me just show you some notes here. I want to get you in 90 minutes. Look, I'm going to cram a lot of data here. In 49 minutes, I've already given you the breakdown of some math. Now I'm going to slow this down, go back and show you how to do the math. I don't want to lose you. I apologize. We don't have all day with you. I'm going to give you as much as I can, as fast as I can. This is the order in which you want to do things. You want to find the deal. You want to get the debt. Not worry about your money. Okay, if you're taking notes. Don't worry about your cash position, and do not worry about your credit. This deal will get a loan. Okay, the right deal will get a loan. Third thing we're going to do is get money, equity or cash. Fourth thing, we're going to build a network, insurance people, title people, appraisers, brokers. I'm going to show you how to build a network so you're not doing this by yourself. And hopefully, I don't know if I can pull this off in 90 minutes, but I'm going to try, give you the confidence to go get your first deal under contract before the end of October, okay? Or November, or December, or January, or February, whenever you're watching this. I want in the next 30 days for you to get your first deal under contract. Now, why now? This is the biggest real estate opportunity in my lifetime, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, because interest rates are about to go into a free fall. You want to be ready for this because interest rates are going to go into a free fall, and we could go back down to 3, 2, 1, or 0. And this is going to happen. I think by next year, let me stay with the next year. That's safe. Next year, once a couple of people get replaced, the president is going to step in and say we have to pull interest rates down. We have a number of indicators that suggest we need to go there right now that are bad news for the economy that will bring rates down. When rates come down is when you want to jump into the real estate game, because when rates go up, prices come down. When rates go down, prices go up. Number two, we're going to be in a full market correction. We're actually in that now. You don't need to wait. There's a certain asset class that is being bought 40% below replacement cost. Whatever you think it's worth, whatever it was built for, or the replacement cost, what it would cost to put it back up today, you can buy 30 and 40 40% below replacement cost. If all we do is get back to replacement cost, let's say that the project was $1 million. If it cost $1 million to build it, and you can buy it 40% below replacement costs, let's say this is the build, and you could buy it for 40% below replacement costs, RC, you're paying $600,000 for something worth $400,000. Now don't get freaked out by this number right here, because I can show you how to put 5% down on that asset, $30,000. I can show you how to buy that asset right there for $30,000. And when this gets back to replacement costs, you just made what? $30,000 became what?
1 million.
400. 400, right? Because you bought it for 600, but it's worth a million. When it gets back to the replacement cost value, when rates go down, people are going to say, I'll pay $1 million for it now. I can't pay $1 million for it now because the rates are too high. When the rates drop, your $30,000 would turn into $400,000. Okay, what is that? Like a 13x return? That could happen in a period of 13 months, by the way. You make 130% of your money in no time at all. You got to be in the right place, right market, right time, and know what you're doing, though. Number 3, debt crisis. We're in a monster debt crisis right now. You probably don't know this because the news isn't telling you this, but there's $2,700 billion worth of debt. I don't know if that's the right number of zeros.
Yeah.
This debt is maturing. Now you don't know that because it's not a headline.
What does maturing mean?
Maturing mean that the debt is due. It's like your car loan. Your car loan was 10 years, and now the 10 years is up. It's over. Okay, the loan you paid the car off. A 30-year maturing loan. Your house is paid for in 30 years. Okay, at the end of 30 years, the loan's matured. You paid it off. These loans, though, are maturing. Like the assets I'm talking about had a 3-year loan, a 5-year loan, a 7-year loan, or maybe a 10-year loan. It was bought in 2015, and now the loan's due in 2025. Remember the Audubon property I showed you earlier? We just put a new loan on it because the loan matured.
And the thing about a house in a maturing loan and a car in a maturing loan is when those loans mature, it's completely paid off and you own it outright. They don't do real estate like that.
It's more like a lease.
Yeah.
Like the example, if you had a truck lease for 3 years and it matured, now you either need to turn the truck in or you need to pay the truck off if you want to keep the truck. Well, in these commercial loans that we're going to be showing you today, and I'm going to show you, man, I'm going to show you a glut of inventory today. This has never been easier, folks. Never in my lifetime has this been easier than right now. We bought $600 million worth of real estate last year. We bought $400 million this year already, and we hope to do another 400 before the end of the year. This is happening in real time right now. And I'm here to share with you how you guys can go do it. So when this loan matures at 3 years, 4 years, 7 years, 10 years, there's $2.7 trillion of debt maturing now. What does that got to do with you? Well, guess what? That loan's due. It's due at this level, but it's only worth this. I'll show you today deals that are called underwater that you're going to buy for 30 and 40% less than the last guy. I'm going to show you where to find those deals. Now, you need resources. You need a commitment to do this. This is work. But think about the money we're talking about here. Okay? Remember your investor right here? Oops. Remember your investor right here? No, not that guy. This guy right here. He gave me $1 million. I paid him back. I put 20 grand down. I gave myself $1 million, and you still have 600 over. Okay, $600,000 left over for who? I don't know what. Maybe your other investors. Maybe yourself. Maybe you keep it. You got a big play here, okay? Number 4, there's an inventory glut. There's a glut of inventory available in the marketplace. Now, I'm going to show you an app that I use. What do we pay for this?
60 grand a year, 70 grand a year.
I pay 60 grand a year for this product. That shows me all the inventory available in America that is just multifamily. If I added retail to that, shopping centers, hotels, you wouldn't even be able to see the map. That is the map of the United States of America. Some of that is Canada. This is what's for sale. that said, I'm for sale, buy me. My deal that I showed you earlier, Audubon, that I got the offer on, that's not on that list because it's not for sale. That's just for sale. Then there's going to be a whole bunch of others. Just stay with me because I'm going to show you another list of not for sale, but is ready for sale, but not on that list. I'm going to show you all this off-market stuff that you guys could go grab as well. Okay? You're not going to find it if you're not looking, and you're not going to see it if you don't know where to look. And you're certainly not going to find it if you're looking for something else. Okay? If you're looking for a one-night stand, you're not going to find your wife. I'm probably not going to find your wife, okay? If you're looking for, a fun night, in the club and a headache the next morning and to go to jail, well, you're not going to find quality. If you're not looking, if you're looking to find a place to live for you and your family, you're not going to find what I'm showing you right here. If you guys are looking for a place for you and your family to settle down, that's not on this list. I'm looking for assets that cash flow, protect my capital, and I have a chance to make $1 million or $10 million. And then I want to be able to do that a bunch of times, okay? Now, I'm down in Miami. So really what I'm interested in is what's down here. Because my business plan is to buy this market, this in Texas, okay? So I can go to the Panama, like we have 1,100 units right here in this market. All these are for sale right now. Every one of these assets are for sale. I could go add another 1,100 units right now in that market. Put where you guys are real quick. Let me see. Oh, there's Austin, Texas, okay? Great market to be a buyer in right now. It'd be a terrible market to be an owner in. Let's see, where's Austin? Pull out. It's got to be right around here somewhere. We're getting there. Isn't it? Let me see, where's Austin, Texas? I've been there many times. Let me just put Austin in there. Can't see it because of all the damn blue. See, there's Austin, okay? All that's for sale in Austin right now. This is one of the great buyer's markets in the country. You could be buying 40 and 50% below replacement cost. Single family homes, you're not going to steal a single family home in that market. You're going to steal a certain kind of real estate in that market. If I put in San Diego right now, I'll probably see a little less. Let's see. But more than you guys can buy. Look at that. You couldn't even buy all this real estate.
331.
These are 331 properties for sale in San Diego County. Let's see here. Look at this little deal. 5 units right here. Here's another deal, 12 units, all built, brand new. This is all new stuff. Somebody else already did all the hard ass work, okay? Here's 4053 Wilson Avenue, 8 units, okay? You could put, on this deal, you need about $450,000 to buy this deal. Here's another deal. This is where I started my career. 90 North Coast, 14 units in Encinitas, the lofts for sale. Oh, this is just one condo unit. I think this is just one. Look at these. Oh, my God. La Jolla's for sale again. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, folks, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I wish you guys could even see me right now on the thing. I'm like, oh, shit, I'd buy this, okay? 31 units, built in 1992. Retail portion of La Jolla Promenade, apartments, condos. Oh, this is just one unit. Yeah, that's not. Oh, no, it says 31 units, right? Let's see what the deal is here. What do I pay for this? $6,000 a month? $8,000 a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, have fun. Okay. Keep your eyes open. 22,000 square feet, 31 units. What do they want for this deal?
3.7 million, but what's the asset? Retail, it's the retail portion underneath an apartment condo. So 3.7 million.
Okay, so maybe I don't want the retail portion of this. It's just too much work. Okay, let's see. We're going to keep looking here. 68 units. Here's 12 units. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is, man. 2,000 built, $4 million. Let's just take this deal, okay? I'm going to show you how to buy this deal. Let's say this deal works. I don't know if it does work. How would I buy this? Assume that you have no money, okay? Everybody with me? Let's just play the I don't have any money game today. I don't have any money, but I'm committed. Who wants to play that game?
Me.
Okay, $4.2 million. I don't have any money, but I want to buy the asset, okay? Well, this is what's going to happen. 67% of this is going to be a lender. A lender is going to want to give you a loan on this property. Where was this located, Jared?
That one is in National City, was it? No. This is San Diego, Bankers Hill, so downtown.
Bankers Hill, great real estate, cash flow positive. It's going to work. You're stealing the asset. How many units?
12.
Okay, 12 units. So I have $4.2 million, 4.2. It's brand new. It's been rebuilt. 12 units. Somebody's already done the work. You're paying $350 a door. I'll bet you the rents are $3,500. I don't know. Maybe look it up, Jared. Okay. So watch. You're going to get a loan on this. You're going to get a loan. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac is going to give anyone that can buy this, that has the experience to manage this, is going to get a loan for $3 million. Now I need to raise $1,200,000. That's my equity or my raise, right? Now, if you guys, let's say you guys had $12,000 of this. If you could put up the first 12 to hold the asset, to get it under contract. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 10 people to give me $120,000 each, or one person to put the $1.2 million down, and then we're going to give them cash flow. What? What are the rents?
The one bedroom.
What? That's impossible.
Let me see when this was updated. This was updated 2 weeks ago. Nothing's available right now, so that's
good.
This was just the listing, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks, it's on apartments.com.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is showing typical.
They're 600 square feet. They're small units.
Yeah.
And then watch. Let's see if I can get some other data here. Let's see if I can find out what they paid for this deal last time. Public record. The public record here. It's a moderate to low risk area for floods, and ain't no floods there, dude. That's so stupid. It's ridiculous. Urban, Bankers Hill. Median household income in that market is $92,000. How do people live on $92,000 in San Diego? An 85 walk score. Okay, I'm not saying this is a deal. I'm just picking this one thing out and saying, man, if I could buy this asset, okay, if I could get the rents on this asset, how many units, Jared?
12.
3,500 times 12 times 95% occupancy. Help me out, Jared. Equals what?
$39,900.
40,000 bucks, and divide that, Jared, by 0.05.
Hold on, let me just 3,500 times 12 equals that.
Probably $8 million or something.
Equals $39.99, so 40,000.
Just 40,000.
40,000 divided by 0.05.
800.
800,000.
Okay, I would increase the value of the real estate by $800. Okay. No, that's wrong. 3,500 times 12. Oh, I know what's wrong. Times 0.95 equals.
Were you underwriting or were you trying to increase value?
No, let me see. 3,500 times 12. 12 units, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the 12 months. Times 0.95. Oops. Yeah.
Are you
It's 40,000 a month. 40,000 times 12 times 0.70. I'm sorry. Is 336,000. We got $336,000 in new NOI divided by 0.05 equals $6,720,000. What did I pay for it? How much they want for it?
4.2.
Okay, it's $4,200,000. We would make $2 million on the asset. All I have to do is get those rents to $3,500. If they can't get to $3,500, you can't make that money. Okay, you write this down. The value of the property is determined by the rents of the asset. Okay, the value of the property, the future value of the property is determined by the rents produced by that property. The NOI is the net operating income. Okay, so all I did right here, me and Jared just did some weird math here to complicate it all. I paid, what did I say I was going to pay for, Jared? What do they want?
4.2.
They want 4.2 million. I just said, if I get the rents to 3,500, remember 4.2, $3 million of debt. We put $1.2 million down. What do I want to make on every deal? At least $1 million for me and $1 million for my investors. I'm the GP the general partner of the asset, and they are going to be the limited partner or the passive investor. And let's see what I made on this deal. If I got to the 3,500, oops, we would make $2 million. One for me and one for you, and everybody's happy. Plus the cash flow of the asset. What does this rely on? You need to get the rents to $3,500, which means you need to know whether or not Bankers Hill in San Diego can support a $3,500 rent. Now, I'm gonna keep going down this list. Here's 3 units just to show you guys what's available. I mean, I can't buy all this real estate. Y'all want to go low to high? Let's just go low to high, Jared. Let's see what we got here. Low to high. Sort. And let's go sale price. Okay. There's 100 units. Now remember, guys, I got onto this because I'm like, there's a glut of inventory. I'm just showing you San Diego. Somebody got me off track here. There's 100 units for sale. This $293,000 a unit. That's $57,000 less than this one. Lowry said, I'm going out to look at it right now. You should. Okay. $3,500 rent. Stephanie said that kind of rent is a real problem. No, actually it's not. Because in Banker Hill, San Diego, California, you're probably paying $4 million to buy a house. I have rents right up the street here of $4,500. I got rents across the street that are $3,500 right now, and I'm not in San Diego. I'm in Aventura, Florida. Here's 102 units built in 1976. This is $250 a door, $100,000 less than the Banker Hill deal. Here's a deal, $165,000 a unit. Oh my God, look at this, dude. I wish I was in San Diego right now. I'd buy this. Okay, this is called Euclid. Let me just show you a picture of this beautiful property. This is random. This is totally random stuff I'm doing now. You guys understand? I didn't have this set up to do. This
You
is.
gotta go Euclid, San Diego. You're in Miami right now.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. Go back to search up top.
San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jared. Let's see here. San Diego, LoopNet. There's a LoopNet thing. There's an after. Euclid Terrace Apartments, San Diego. You think that's it? I think that's it. No, that's a terrible picture. These people don't know how to advertise their real estate. By the way, that's an opportunity. There you go. Look at this beautiful thing. You can't build that today. San Diego would never allow you to build this. You understand? You can't build this today. This will never be built again. In the next 50 years, you will never have an asset built like that on that street corner in San Diego. The only thing that would allow them to rebuild that is a fire. Okay? Let me just show you this. You think you got issues in California? The biggest issue is no land, no property, shortage of assets. You got 3 million homes, Pacific Palisades fires. You got a shortage of assets, okay? We just lost 52,000 structures were lost in that last fire, okay? These are $5 million homes that are gone and will never be built there again. So there's so many opportunities in this market, it's unbelievable. Let's see if I can show you. Can y'all see that picture? Look at that. It's been over a year and 3 months, and there's nothing there, okay? Now, what you're looking for is opportunities all over the country. I just showed you 3 or 4 markets where you could buy assets in. I'm telling you, there's an inventory glut in this market, okay? Number 5, this is why you want to go net play now. There's tax benefits that Trump just put in place that's pushing money into this real estate space that gives you tremendous tax write-offs. For instance, remember your investor that gave you $1 million? We bought a $4 million asset. We put $1 million down to buy that asset with his money. He, the investor, the chiropractor, the doctor, the dentist, he got a tax write-off of about $1.6 million when we bought that asset with only $1 million. He gave you $1 million, or you put $1 million down, and you're going to get a tax benefit of $1.6 million. Now, I know I'm going really fast. For you guys, Trump is a real estate guy, okay? The Trump effect is going to affect the real estate. Right now, he's having a big battle with Jerome Powell, which is the Fed. Yeah, I'll do DeSoto, Texas here in a second. Trump's having a fight with Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell controls the interest rates, and Trump wants them down. Trump is going to protect his real estate buddies. So I'm telling you the 6 reasons why you want to be involved in this real estate opportunity that's happening right now. Interest rates are falling, market correction, debt crisis, inventory glut, tax benefits, and the big monster President Trump effect. Whether you like him or not, he's going to affect real estate prices. Now, with real estate, you're looking for bubbles, okay? You're looking for ups and downs. You want to buy here, here, and here, okay? This is 2000. Boom, it's going up. This is 1995. 600 banks went out of business. This is where I started my career right here, okay? In a period of literally 9 months, I bought 500 units. I'll show you that graph here in a second. This is 2000. This is 2008. Okay, if you were buying here all the way up to 2008, you made a bunch of money. Then between now and 2012, this was the bottom right here. I bought like 6,000 units down here at this bottom. We're in this cycle again. Where here we are in 2025. I'm sorry, we're in this cycle right now, 2025. Interest rates went up. When interest rates go up, prices go down. I'm going to validate that to you. These are new home prices declining in the United States right now. This is from 24 to 26. This is projected into next year. You're falling off a cliff. You're going to have a glut of inventory of single-family homes, and you're going to have prices decreasing. When Trump drops rates, and he will, those prices are going to continue to go down for about 13 months, and then they're going to spike again. This also validates it, okay? All the homes that were sold in the last 30 days were brand new homes. They were not existing homes. Why is that important? Okay, new homes are selling, and existing homes are not selling. When these are gone, it's over, okay? And then these are going to come back up again. These are not selling right now because these homes are being subsidized. So you got to know what you're looking for, okay? Like, where's the sale? Where's the deal? The new homes are being subsidized. Bob and Mary are getting married. They're having a kid, and they're like, we got to go buy a new home. So they go to Toll Brothers, and they found a house at Toll Brothers that was $440,000. And Toll Brothers says, look, we'll give you a loan. We'll give you the down payment. We'll give you no money to loan, and we're going to give you a 3% interest rate. This guy down here, he's at 442, but he's not given a loan, and the interest rates are 7. So nobody's touching this guy's house. And they're buying all these. And once these are gone, they're gone. And these prices are going to start going up again, especially when Trump collapses the interest rate. Now, warning, do not chase single-family homes. Why not? Okay? Because number one, no cash flow. Number two, no tax write-off. Number three, you're depending on one tenant. Okay? Number four, because the Airbnb thing is gonna collapse everywhere. The Airbnb, I've been telling people, leave the Airbnb thing alone. I had an Airbnb specialist, expert, genius in here. I'm like, bro, 3 years from now, you're gonna walk in here with your tail between your legs saying, uh-oh, they collapsed it. They've already collapsed it in Tennessee. They collapsed it in New York. They're gonna roll over the Airbnb thing here in Miami. Leave it alone. It's not gonna work long term. If you have one door, make a note here. If the property has one door, say no. Okay, you do not want to be dependent upon one tenant because you immediately go from 100% occupied to 0 the moment they move out. Or they don't pay their bills. Worse, they don't pay their bills. They're going to hijack your house. They're going to live in it and not pay you for 6 months, and you have no vacancy. You have an occupancy and nobody paying. It's called economic vacancy. If you have 4 units, okay, and one person moves out, you're at 75%. That's a problem. Okay? If 2 people move out, you're 50% and you're losing money. So what you need is enough scale. I'll show that to you. You need enough scale. Now, for those of you that are serious, you're like, dude, I want to be you. I want to put 100 units on. I want to put 200 units on. I want to put 300. We're going to do something for everybody that wants to take advantage. Like you want to go deep and hard. You're a serious person. You want to study something 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and you want to become a real estate investor. We put together an opportunity, grantcardone.com/success. It's our entire introduction to buying apartments. It's 16 hours on video, not 90 minutes. It's a real estate home study manual. It comes with a book, the multifamily dictionary right here, all the terms I'm using. A lot of you asking, what are these terms you're using? It comes with a real estate resource book. This is all the due diligence, the PSA, the legal documents, all the things that you're going to need, in the resource book, including a list of brokers that you can access deals with. It's a super deal, and we're going to give the first 50 people that take advantage of this a free strategy call with one of our coaches, which you can't buy that, okay? You're going to get on the phone and you're going to lay out, hey, here's my situation, here's my money, here's my credit, here's where I live. This is what I want to accomplish, okay? How do I get started? Where do I get started? And what do I do? The website's grantcardone.com/success. It's a stupid offer. It's an unbelievable opportunity. It's only for people that are serious. If you're not serious, you're not going to do it. But for the first 50, take advantage of that. Why do I have this thing right here?
Yeah.
Do I need that?
If they want to call the office, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you got a question about it or something,
yeah.
call the office. That's right. If you want to call the office, we got 30 or 40 people here that can answer your phone call, 310-777-0255, so you can see how it works. That's some of the stuff that it comes with. It's a super deal. It's crazy. I'm throwing in all these dumb bonuses so you can take advantage of it. But again, this is for people that are serious, okay? And like me, like I'm a serious person, okay? I find something, I have a goal, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna accomplish that. I don't care if it's a wife, kids, car, yacht, business, going public, buying apartments. I get serious, and then I invest time and money, and I go chase that thing down until I freaking like, another goal done. Another one bites the dust. So you guys that wanna build a $1 million real estate portfolio, 10 million, 100 million, $1 billion, 5 billion, 50 billion. I'll show you how to do that. That's what I've done in my career. Started with no money, no credit, no mentor. Took me 3 years to do my first real deal, okay? Shouldn't take you that long. I did one deal. Let me show you the first deal I ever did, okay? Well, let me tell you how I got involved in real estate, okay? The reason I decided real estate was better for me than the stock market or crypto or trading or Forex or even a washing business or a grocery store or a restaurant, or even buying my own house. See, I didn't buy a house first. I bought rentals first. I wanted cash flow. The first reason I buy real estate is because I want cash flow. That was my goal. I need cash flow that's passive. I don't want to earn more. I mean, I do want to earn more money, but I want to earn money, and then I want somebody to give me mailbox money. How many of you like to have mailbox money? How many of you like to have mailbox money? Boom, it hits every month. Every month. I started working on that when I was 28 years old, okay? 28 years old, 40 years ago, okay? Today, there's $1.6 million hits my bank every single month. And people are like, oh my God, you're bragging. I'm not bragging, I'm telling you that's possible. 1.6 million hits every single month, has hit for the last, 12, 15 years, every month, no matter whether I work or not. I could die today. If I die, my wife and my kids and my charities, bang, $1.6 million every month. And it's being done from the real estate, not the books, not the programs, not Grant Cardone being a character and, doing deals and building a business, growing a business, making sales. I don't have to do anything. There's no cold calls. It's just like bing, 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 because there's 14,200 units. That's the units that I accumulated over a period of time that pay me like $10 of free cash flow a month. I think that's how it works out. Yeah, no, it's like $100 of free cash flow a month. Okay? And that happens every month. Is that right? Yeah, exactly. It's about $108 or something. Number two thing I want is capital preservation. I want to take money. I want to put it into something better. A lot of doors. These are doors. Okay. I want to take money, whatever this is, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, whatever the number is, I want to take it. This is fiat. It's being destroyed at rapid rates because of printing. Money's being destroyed. This is the downward trend of cash over my lifetime. It's lost 91% of its value since 1958. Okay, I want to take that and I want to convert it to something real, typically something that provides housing in a good location. So I preserve my capital, so I convert this fiat into something better. I improve it. It's called capital preservation. Number three, I want tax write-offs for me and I want them for my investors. And there is no asset class in the world. This is undisputable. Nobody will argue with it. There is no asset class in the world better than that property that you see in that example and things that look like it, okay? It provides tremendous tax benefits. There's a thing called accelerated depreciation. So imagine somebody has $80,000 of income and you live in one of these blue states where they tax you, it's 40% plus another 13% by the state. You could be paying somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000 in taxes, depending on your tax bracket, for every 80 you earn. Okay. Well, if you went and took the 80,000 and leveraged it into a $240,000 piece of real estate, you would probably get a $80,000 write-off so that you wouldn't pay any taxes, okay? You literally reduce your tax bill. The biggest bill you guys have is your taxes. It's not groceries. It's not clothes. It's not rent. It's the IRS. So what I'm trying to do is use that asset to reduce my tax bill and provide me with capital preservation and cash flow. Number four, I can have controlled appreciation. I could take a nasty looking asset. Let me see, like this asset right here. Let me show you an asset I could take. I could take, see, for instance, this asset, if I could show you this product right here. This asset right here. This is 366 units, already improved. 366 units. We bought this July 18th of this year. 366 units in Boca Raton. And all we did was clean it up and brand it 10X. You'll see on the side of it, I think it says 10X Meisner. There it is. We branded it, cleaned it, washed it, came in with new management, and we raised the rents $100. Okay, the rents were $4,500. Now they're going to be $4,600. Who cares? The people that live there already got money. It doesn't matter, okay? Just I want you guys to do this math. It's called forced appreciation. Without spending any money, we took 366 units times $100 times 12. Everybody got that math? What'd you come up with? Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat. What numbers you come up with? Do the math. 366 times 100 times 12 equals, what number did you come up with? 439,200. That's what I came up with, okay? Everybody came up with the same number, okay? Now watch. I want you to divide that number by 0.05. That's called a cap rate. Now again, this is why you guys, by the way, congratulations to everybody that took advantage of that stupid offer I made. GrantCardone.com/success. You guys are brilliant. And the phones are ringing already, so if they get stacked up, I apologize. We're going to allow the first 50 to get a call with us. You guys, for some of you that are asking, you're getting the video course on how to raise capital. That's never, ever been released, okay? It is literally 9 hours. We're giving that to you for free. I don't know if you saw that in that opportunity. We're giving you that. It's a 9-hour where I'm showing people the exact script I use to raise money. The exact script that I've used to raise $1.7 billion. And then how I control appreciation. Literally in 90 days, we increased the value of this asset by, divided by 5. What number did you come up with? 366 times 100 times 12 divided by 0.05 equals 8 million. What did you come up with? Something like that?
8,784,000.
Okay. In the first 90 days, we increased the value of this asset by $8,780,000 by increasing the rents $100 through branding and washing the building off and coming in with new management. All right. That's 8 million for me and my investors. All right. Now, you guys that already took advantage of the grantcardone.com/success opportunity, you guys are going to get 2 things today that I didn't even tell you, which is this underwriting calculator that I just used, the increased underwriter calculator, where it shows you what you have to do in order to hit a target. Why is that important? So I can tell my investors, guys, all I have to do, show them the building again, the full building, the whole scan of the full building. Okay, I'm showing them the building. This is the pitch to my investors. I get control of the building. I don't have the money, by the way. Massive building, right? Beautiful, gorgeous, great location. The better the building, the easier to raise the money. And my investors are like, how you know you're going to do this? It's 366 units, bro. Every time I raise the rents $100, the building's worth 8.8 million more. Every time I raise the rents $100. Can you guys see my little calculator? Let me show, because I want to show you guys what I'm going to give you today. Everybody took advantage of this. No.
Try that one right there.
Okay, watch this. It's called the instant. For you guys that are not good at math. Who's not good at math? Just say not good at math in the chat. Most people aren't because the schools suck. All right, so I'm going to take these 366 units. Watch this. No, I want the instant increased real estate instant increased value calculator. Okay, got 366 units. Watch this. You guys, I'm sending you this right now. Rent increases $100. Every time I raise the rents $100. Let's say it's occupied at 96, and I have a cap rate of 5. Every time I do this, $8.4 million. Can y'all see that? Okay, now watch. How many of you believe if this is a great location? Yeah, not good at math. Who is? Nobody's really good at math because you weren't taught math. Okay, you were taught memorization. Right, now check this out. How many of you believe the rents on that property, show the property again. Show the property again, please.
Working on it.
That property. How many believe the rents will go up $100 every year for the next 10 years? Yes. Just 100. By the way, it's only $8 a month. It's $8 a month. It's 80 cents per square foot. Okay? I don't really even have to do anything. I just need to hope the government keeps printing money. Contrary to you, most of you don't want the government to print money. If you own a bunch of real estate, you actually benefit from the government printing money. And the more they print money, the more prices go up of assets. Now, if you're a consumer, only a consumer, then guess what? You're in trouble. But if you own assets, real property, glass, steel, concrete, great locations, palm trees. We're looking at this from a helicopter in that image. Do you guys have an image of it from the ground?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because this piece of property is never going away. You understand, 100 years from now, this will still be here. I'm just talking about the next 10 years. Look at that. Look at that beast. I didn't build it. I bought it. Okay, I didn't have the money. I want everybody to understand this. I did not have the money to buy that asset. Okay, back to me. Keep that picture though. I did not have the money to buy that asset. I had to raise the money to buy that asset. But I didn't keep that from me buying that asset. I buy a great asset. There's a sequence that you want to operate in. Then I go to people and say, look, guys, I have this asset under control. Now watch this. 366 units. If the rents only go up $100 every time they do, I raise the value of the asset $100. If that happens for 10 years, we make $88 million on the property. If it only goes up $1,000. Okay, now watch. This is storytelling. This is in the capital raising. This program just released. We can't even give it to you yet. It's going to take a couple days because we're editing this program. I literally just shot it. 2025, the rents are $4,500. That's what the rents are today at that property. For those of you who are saying the San Diego property was overpriced, I don't believe so, okay? What do you think the rents will be in 2035? I'm asking you, the investor. In 2035, 10 years from now, we will go through, President Trump will be done in 28, probably going to be J.D. Vance from 28 to 2032, and then it'll probably be J.D. Vance maybe for another couple years after that, 3 years after that, and then, so we're moving into we're basically through 3 presidents in 2035. What do you think the rents, yeah, just put a number down. You guys have to play with me on this math, okay? 6,200, 5,900, God, really? 5,800, 8,000, 8,700. Before you commit to your answer, just understand that if I go to New York City right now, the average rents in New York City right now are $5,500 for 700 square feet, and it was built in 1960. Okay, and there's a chance that that building's going to fall down, like the one that just fell down in the Bronx. Okay, that building's brand new. That building's 4 years old. It's in Boca Raton. Boca, Fort Lauderdale, Miami are going to become the New York of the 21st century. Okay, New York City's a couple hundred years old. Miami's like 40 years old. Okay, it's a new city. Austin's a new city. Scottsdale, Arizona is a new city. San Diego, for most conversations, is a new city. Dallas is a very new city. Savannah will become a new metropolitan city. Atlanta is going to become a new city. Raleigh, Chapel Hill, these are new markets. Okay, Memphis, no, sorry. Go back to Elvis days, all right? So this is 19, now go to San Francisco, look up the average rents in San Francisco. And they're coming down, by the way. Jared, maybe ask.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
Average rents in San Francisco are
two bedroom.
30. Okay, a 2-bedroom is $41.75 a month.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Hey, what is the average rent for a 2-bedroom in San Francisco with great views, 1,000 square feet?
Around $5,000 a month for that setup, based on recent listings.
Okay, now she said $5,000 a month in San Francisco. New York City's $5,500. This is $4,500 now. But we're talking about in 10 years. We're $37 trillion in debt right now, and nobody's got a plan to fix that. How many of you think the debt will be double that in 10 years? We added $7 trillion in the last 30 months. How many think the debt will be double? If the debt's double, what do you think happens to the rents? The rents don't stay down, okay? The rents, let's say the rents are, what did y'all say? Give me another number. Now that I gave you that, oh yeah, you're like, dude, those rents could be $9,000. So I'm gonna take the instant underwriter calculator. Now the reason you need this, the reason you need this calculator, okay, and the reason I'm including it in this opportunity is because I want you guys to have complete certainty. I don't want you to worry about your math. I don't want you to second guess. I don't want your future tens of millions of dollars to depend on some school teacher that you had in the second grade for your math, okay?
And you're going to do the same math?
Every time.
Thousands of times on every deal. It's the same for every deal. It never changes. All the math is the same. That's why we can give you one formula, one calculator that will give you the same math every single time.
And it'll give everybody the same math. And your investor's going to be like, let me show you this. I'm sitting down with the guy at the kitchen table, and I know he's qualified to do this, and he likes the asset. The asset's beautiful, right? I'm like, look, if you have a 10-year hold time, watch how much money this asset's going to make. 366. Let's say the rents go up $4,500. And I'm only 95% occupied. And in the future, the cap rate's 5%. We make $375 million on the asset. Now, I know you guys can't imagine that, but I bought this out of bankruptcy for $235 million. I think I put $100 million down. I financed $135 million. So the first thing I did was I went and got a loan on it. I got a loan on it. I got a bank to agree to give me a loan. They will too, by the way. Now, if this was a single family home, they would not have given me a loan. Okay? This is what Trump did. This is what Sam Zell did. This is what Donald Bren did. This is what New York Life and MetLife, the wealthiest people in the world, this is what they do. Donald Trump, how many homes does Donald Trump own? Put in the chat, how many single family homes does Donald Trump own, and how many has he owned in his lifetime? Yeah, that's right. None. Never bought one. The real estate king, Donald Trump. They don't own homes. They own hotels. They own Mar-a-Lago. They own golf courses. Okay, they own Trump Doral. Guess what? He stays in the penthouse. He's got a unit there, and the rest of the place cash flows for him and his family. He's got billions of dollars of free cash flow and very little debt. So watch what happens, okay? Remember this deal. The deal was $235. I did not have the money, but because I'm trained, I'm a killer, I'm the master of the pitch, and I want you guys to be the master of the pitch, I knew how to get this deal under LOI and then under a contract. In fact, I negotiated the deal from a group called Blackstone. They owned the asset. It was in trouble. It was distressed. We found out it was distressed because I knew where to look. I'm going to show you guys where to look. $235 million. I got a loan for $135. I knew I could get a loan for this amount. Now I needed to raise this money. Okay, this is called equity, cash. I need to raise money, okay? Now, when I go to raise money, I need a story to tell the investors. The better the asset, the better it looks, the better the location, the cooler and sexier and easier and the more attention it gets. But when I take out my calculator and I'm like, hey, Bob, we're going to hold this asset for 10 years, okay? And this asset, what do you think the rents will be? Not tomorrow, even though I've already raised the rents $100. Increase the value $8 million in 90 days. I'm going to continue to do that because time's going to let me do that. Okay, put whatever number you in. Bob says, no, they're not going to go that high. They're only going to go to 3,000. They're only going to be 3,000 higher. Guess what? This is the increased. What number do you see there?
Increased value, $250 million.
If the rents only go up, what did I say?
3,000.
The rents only go up 3,000 more. Okay? I increased the value of the asset by $250 million. The increased value. Bob, you don't believe that number? Cut it in half. It's $125 million. If you cut it in half, okay, you don't believe that number? Okay, it didn't happen. Boom, 125. What did we put down? We put 100 million down. You get your 100 million back, and we still have 125 million. How about we do this? You get your 100 back. He's one guy, and he can write a check for 100. By the way, a guy I'm talking about could do that. I say, Bob, how about this? I give you the other 100 million and I keep 25 for myself. One deal, one time, 25 million bucks, and I didn't have any cash down. Now, for those of you, these numbers are too big. You're like, I can't even think about it. Good. Take the numbers down from 235 and just get rid of some zeros. Say, okay, I'm going to do a deal for $235,000 or $2.3 million. Okay? The bigger you can think, the more money we can make. I'm going to give you guys the tools. I'm going to give you this. how to find deals, where to find them, how to fund them, where to go get a loan. 3, how to raise the money. I'll show you exactly what I've done to raise $1.7 billion. And then I'm going to give you a network of people to talk to, brokers, appraisers, lenders. And number 5, if you spend some time with me, I'll even trade my confidence with you if you just give it enough time. If you spend enough time with me, you'll start to pick up my confidence in how I deliver. How many believe this? If you had my confidence and my delivery, you could raise as much money as I have. How many believe that? Sure you could. You just need 5 things, folks. You need the deal. You need to know where to get the loan. You need to know how to raise the money. You need a network. And you need confidence. Number 5 takes a minute to get. And you guys deserve this. You're never going to make this much money in your career. Okay? There's very little chance that you're going to make this much money, $25 million. And there's very little chance that you're going to make $100 million for your investor because you do fingernails or hair extensions or you give a great massage, right? You're definitely not going to make any money if you don't start learning how to become an investor. So whether you're investing for yourself or you're helping your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, find out what Jeff Bezos, what did his in-laws invest? Jeff Bezos went and built Amazon. He suffered for like 17 years with no cash flow. The best thing he did was talk his in-laws into being investors.
I think it was his parents, wasn't it?
Parents or in-laws?
His parents, yeah. They invested in 1995. They invested $245,000 in the company. Mm-hmm. What's it worth today? Today, their investment is worth. Could be worth, if they held all of it, it could be worth $30 billion.
$30 billion, okay? So Jeff did all the hard work, and then Jeff had to talk his parents into it. Also, while Jeff's parents put in $250,000, his best friend put in $100, changed his mind 30 days later. And said, Jeff, I need money back. I need the 100 back, okay? That'd be worth about $15 billion today. Jeff did the hard part. He found the deal. He built the company. By the way, he didn't cash flow. How long did it not cash flow?
From 1994 to 2001.
Okay, basically 20 years. It didn't cash flow, right? Or 10 years.
In Q4 of 2021, they did $5 million. So that's 17 years.
17 years, there was no cash flow. That piece of real estate will cash flow the first month.
7 years.
Okay, so here's why do you want real estate versus looking at, I'm going to go be the next Amazon or the next Facebook or the next AI guy? Because you get cash flow, capital preservation, tax benefits, controlled appreciation, cash out. You can 1031 your exchanges and avoid taxes. And mostly, folks, it's because it's scalable. The more units you buy, and the most important number in real estate, the single most important number, probably in any business, is the number of units. That's why single family homes are not the target here. The number of units is the most important number in real estate and probably in all business investing. And the 8th reason, if I didn't, 7 wasn't enough, this is the best place to build generational wealth for the next generation, for your kids. What is this? For your kids, your family, your grandkids, you're going to create tremendous generational wealth that can be passed on to them. Imagine that building in this image right here. We own that building. 346 units on Miami River called 10X Miami River. If I died today, I could pass that on to my kids, and they're going to get cash flow for the next 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 17 years, 20 years, 25 years, 50 years. It will still be there 50 years from now. They're going to tear down the stadium, the Miami Marlins Stadium that's less than 1 mile away. They'll tear that down, but they won't tear that down, okay? Real estate is a proven investment class. If you look at this beautiful comparison of apartments versus storage versus mobile homes, rental, office, single-family homes, mansions, farmland, and empty lots, those are basically the different kinds of real estate that you can invest in. If you notice, the green buttons shows you that apartments, multifamily, called multifamily apartment complexes, this is the most stable class of investment, then storage, then mobile homes, then retail. Very, very difficult, though. Much more hands-on management Back to bigger, okay? Then office, much riskier. By the way, there's going to be an unbelievable amount of money made in that middle one right there, office. The math is the same. Raising money is the same. Handling the concerns are the same. But this is in a big, massive correction. And then you got single family homes. That's not what we're talking about today. Why? Okay, let's say you found one unit. You found one single family home, and that one single family home is $440,000, and you could buy it for $340,000, and you're like, dude, I'm gonna make $100,000 on this. Okay, that's great. Okay, but here's the problem. While you own it, you have Sue that rents from you, and Sue's a good person when she rents from you, but she leaves, and then you got to rent to Bob, and Bob is a dumbass. Bob doesn't pay on time. Bob smokes drugs. Bob has problems. Bob goes to jail. Bob's got a 10-month lease. And then Bob doesn't pay you for 3 months, and you got to take Bob to court. And Bob's just you know what Bob is, okay? And Bob causes problems. So you can't get paid October, November, December, January, February. Who's paying the note? Because Bob's not. You are. And you're negative. One person moved out. Now, let's take my property. 346 units, Miami River, and Bob also is a dick. Bob moved into my place, and I didn't know that he stiffed you. Now he comes and stiffs me. I still have 345 people that are paying me every month, so I still have cash flow, and I can afford to get rid of Bob. Okay, I can take Bob to court and make sure Bob doesn't get to live in a nice rental anymore. Now, when you're doing real estate, you got to get focused. These are the 3 things that you have to focus on in real estate. And I want to open it up to some questions, and I got some free things. Yeah, F Bob. Everybody knows a Bob, right? Okay, 3 things in real estate that you have to have, and this is the order in which you have them. Number 1 is the deal. The deal is the real estate itself, okay? I'm begging you guys, pleading with you, commit today to focusing on one type of real estate. What's in this image is what you're looking for. You're looking for trophy real estate in great locations that has scale. The more scale, the better. The only thing that's going to talk you out.
Bless you. Bless you.
The thing that's going to convince you to go from 400 units to 300 to 200 to 100 to 10. Bigger's better and bigger's easier. You just don't know that yet because you don't have the confidence. I'll give you my confidence. Thank you guys. Okay, the reason you're going to go smaller is because you think you can't pull it off. The bigger deals are easier to raise money for than the small deals are. But I'll show you all of them. And this program helps you buy 4, 14, 44, 404. It'll show you how to buy 4,004. Okay, number 1 is the deal. This is the order. Number 2 is your debt. You got to go get debt now. Now, when I bring up the word debt, who's concerned? Everybody. Even people with good credit are worried about number 2 because most people do not know how debt works. We're going to show you how to get debt approved 100% of the time. And you're like, that's impossible. You cannot guarantee. I can guarantee you that 100% of the time, when you use exactly the strategy that I use and the target lenders that I use, that they're going to approve this loan, regardless of your mess. How much income you have, regardless. How bad your credit is, regardless. What your history is, regardless. I'll get you approved on this loan because we're only going to lenders How much money did Fannie and Freddie lend in 2024? Can you speak it to me? Yeah, just tell me.
858 billion.
Say that again.
858 $158 billion.
How much will they lend in 2025?
Based on their latest outlooks, Fannie and Freddie are projected around $2.2 trillion combined.
Okay. They're going to lend 2.2 trillion. This is what they do. This is their mandate. Okay. I happen to have friends over there, and I know what their agenda is and their mandate. And their mandate is to lend money on a certain type of real estate. Okay. Now, this one you're seeing in the background, that's one. They love that asset. But there's another asset that they love even better than this, which is a garden class apartment complex that has green initiatives. Okay, I'm not going to get into that today. I'm just telling you they have a mandate to do that, and they give you lower interest rates to do that. Number three, also affordable housing. They want to give tremendous amounts of money into because they have a mandate for a third of their $2 trillion to go to affordable. The third thing you need is equity. And equity is cash. And by the way, equity doesn't need to be your cash. These are the three things you need. Deal, you need a deal. It starts with the deal. It goes in this sequence too, this exact order. First the deal, then the debt, then the equity. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have somebody to teach me this. I had very little confidence. I was 28 years old. I had a commitment. I had nothing else. How many of you have a commitment and almost nothing else? I had no money, no credit. I didn't know anything. Well, bro, I had a heart of a lion. Look, I've never been taller than 5'8", but I've always had a heart. My ambition has always been bigger than me. If you have ambition and desire bigger than your body, put a big 10X down there. Okay? Yeah, good. So I can relate to you guys. Okay, you got this massive dream, this big ambition. You're like, I want to be the superhero of my family. I'm going to take care of everybody. I didn't even have a family. I was 28 years old. I'm going to take care of my wife. I'm going to take care of my kids. I'm going to take care of my mom. I'm going to take care of my grandmother. I'm like, I don't have a grandmother, but I'm going to take care of everybody, okay? I'm going to take care of everybody. I'm going to be the banker of my family. And everybody is going to come to me and say, hey, he took care of us. If you're that person, folks, then what you need is you need a vehicle to be that. Like Batman needs a Batmobile, okay? Superman needs a cape. You're going to have a vehicle. In the case of real life, not the Marvel comics, real estate is the vehicle. It is the simplest, easiest vehicle. I always knew that. I don't know why natively I knew that. My first real estate purchase, you'll see it in this picture. They'll throw it up on the screen here. It was I think it was $78,000. Yeah, $78,000. I went to the bank, I put $3,500 down, and they gave me a loan for $74,500. I had positive cash flow of $200 a month. I invested $3,600. Do the math. I was making 80% on my money. This was a no-brainer. Okay? It took me like 10 minutes to figure it out. I picked the house, bought the house, went to the bank. Can you give me a loan? They said yes. I don't know why. Now I know why. Because they had a mandate to give loans out in Bel Air, Texas on what they believe to be affordable housing. I bought this as my single family home. Told them I was going to live in it. And then at the last minute, this chick said, hey, would you rent it to me and my sister? And I'm like, how much would you pay me? They said, we'll pay you, I think it was $675 a month, or I don't know. It was $200 more than my payment. You see, my payments were $75,000 times 0.06 divided by 12. Yeah, my payments were $375. They gave me $575. I made $200 a month. I'm like, yeah, sure. I gave them the house, and I went and bought another house. Literally within 15 or 20 days, I bought a second house. I bought the second house with no money down. Went back to the bank and said, hey, I closed. I bought the house as mine. Jana moved in. I'm going to rent it to her. Well, Grant, man, that really is supposed to be your house. I'm like, did I do something wrong? They're like, no problem. They gave me a second loan on a second house after they gave me a warning. The second house, they financed with no money down. It was Yeah, the house was like 125,000. It was a downturn. There was a bunch of savings loans that went out of business. I paid 92,500 for the house, put no money down, made a payment on it, sold this house for $127,000 3 years later, and made 32,000 bucks. In 3 years with no money. This is a tremendous return. It's called an infinite return. You can't measure it. You're like, man, I made 32 grand. Now, some of you are thinking like, man, I'd take the 32 grand too. I shouldn't have sold the house. That house is worth a couple $1 million today. That house, the rent on that house today, do this math. $4,500 a month, 12 months, 54 grand a year in income today. And I only paid, well, I paid nothing. I put nothing down. But it's done that for 28 years. The house has cash flowed $1.5 million a year. I should have kept this house and the other house, but I didn't because I got scared. I picked up my money, ran down the road, realized I didn't know anything.
But the biggest lesson that you learned from these two houses was what?
Don't buy one door. Leave the one door alone, okay? Because what I should have done is the next thing. This is what my first real purchase, after spending 3 years of meeting brokers, interviewing real estate investors. I literally spent 3 years every weekend when I wasn't working shopping real estate. So I probably spent 36,000 hours studying real estate so that I could buy my next deal. My next deal would change my life forever. I paid $1.9 million. I put $350,000 down, raised it. Mom, dad, brother, friends, anybody that would give me some money, dude, I raised it from them, okay? I would buy this thing with $350,000. It cash flowed 12% a year. That was the cash flow. Sold it 37 months later for $4.3 million. Today it rents for $1,900. Today it's worth $14 million. I made $3 million and I've become a multi-millionaire at the age of 31 years old or 34 years old with one purchase, one decision, one time. Okay? So these deals weren't good deals. I mean, they were good deals. But if you could take $350,000 and turn it into $3.9 million, that's a good deal. By the way, my taxes were zero on this transaction. Okay? That's what I want to teach you guys. Forget the first two deals. Don't do those. Don't waste your time on them. You probably have already. Okay? What you want to do is you want to do this kind of deal. Now, I'm gonna pull up this address right now, 210, I think it was Cedarwood.
210 Cedar Street.
Cedar Street?
Or Cedar Road.
Yeah, Cedar Road.
Yeah.
Cedar Road.
And there's some questions in the chat about the single family house. The problem that Grant had when he had those 2 units is both renters left at the same time and vacated the properties.
Yeah.
And so when you get scale, like in this deal right here that was 40 units, now you've got 40 renters. So if one person leaves, your property's still covered. In fact, most of these deals, these multifamily deals, the way that the banks lend on them is you should be in a position where if 20%, 25% of the renters vacate the property, it still covers all your expenses and the debt service. So basically paying the mortgage.
See, but I didn't know that. I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. You know that old saying? You see this property right here in this picture, this blue property? It's still blue. If you go back to county records, you'll see that I bought this in 1980. What was the year? 88?
No, I think it was 96.
96?
Cedar.
You'll see what I paid for it. You'll see that I paid $1.9 million. But what did I pay for it? Who knows what I paid for the asset? If you guys are tracking me, what did I pay?
96, you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it in 1996, and I sold it. I think I sold it in
2002.
2002. I had it less than 5 years. I paid 350 grand for it. That's if the whole 350 grand was my money, that's what I paid for it. My down payment is what I paid for it. So this is how that asset worked. I put $350,000 down. It made me 12% a year, $42,000 a year for 4 years. I made $168,000 in cash flow. I was paid to make $3 million. How many of you would like to be paid money every month, passive income? I bought the property and never went back to it. I had a manager at the property. It was 48 units. 1 unit was given to the manager. The other 47 produced the income. Okay, you want to write this down. Your goal is to be paid passive income. You want to write this down. Your goal is to be paid passive income. You make a decision. The decision is the purchase. Okay? You trade money. You're basically trading money for passive income so that the passive income can become a profit. You're trading money today that's going down in value for passive income over periods of time so that you can one day in the future, you're basically being paid to own an asset that will become profit in the future. Now, I sold this asset, folks. It's still there today. Look, it's still the same color. I mean, look, it's the same product. It's in the same location. It's crazy, dude. Like, look, here's another picture of it. Same color, same color. It's just different tenants and a different owner. Okay, let's see what the rents are there today. Cedarwood Apartments. Okay, I'm gonna go to apartment.com and let's see if I can find these rents. Gave me that bad one. I think I got to be in here. Let's see what the rents are. Look at this. Okay, look at this. It sold for $4,325,000 in June of 2002. That was me selling it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm showing $1,900 for the studio and $2,650 for the 2-bedroom.
Okay, so the rents today are $2,650. The rents when I was there were $800. Just do the math on this. The rents were $800 when I was renting it. Now they're $2,600. The rents went up $1,800 times 48 times 12 divided by 0.05. It's $20 million. Just the rent increases are $20 million. I shouldn't have sold it. I could have kept it. I didn't know what I didn't know. I sold it, picked up my $3 million. I'm like, boom, because it was my first deal. I didn't have the training. I didn't have the education. I didn't have the mentorship. I didn't have somebody advising me. I did not know what I didn't know because back then, this is 2002, no internet, no mentors. There was no way to get access to Sam Zell or Donald Bren or somebody that owned $5 billion. There was no Zoom calls. There was no webinars, training. None of this technology existed. Okay? I was just doing what I knew to do at the time. I'm like, let me get my profits and go. I shouldn't have done that. This is what I should have done. I should have 1031'd out of that deal. I'm sorry. What I should have done is take the deal. The guy gave me $6 million. I think they paid me. What did they pay, Jared? What was the number?
They paid $4 million.
$4 million.
$4,325,000.
325. Okay, I owed 1.6 million. I should have refinanced it. I should have got a loan for 0.75 times 4325. I got a loan for $3,244,000. I would have paid off this loan. Boom, boom. That loan's gone. I would have gotten $1.6 million. I would have taken the $1.6 million. No taxes on this. None. I didn't know, but I didn't know. Now, you guys aren't going to make this mistake because I'm going to train you, teach you, support you, and tell you what to do, okay? You don't sell this asset. You refinance this asset. You take the new proceeds from the loan. You pay off this loan. You get cash of $1.6 million. You keep that asset, and you take this, and you go buy another $4.5 million asset with other people's money. Now you have two assets, not one asset. Because this is what I did. I sold it, took the money, and traded it into another asset. I go from 1 to 0 back to 1. I should have refinanced it, kept this one. It's worth $20 million today. And gone and done another one, and it'd be worth $20 million today. Okay? But I didn't know that. You don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know it, if you don't know the shortcuts, you don't know the hacks, you don't know where to get the lending from, you don't know where to get the best interest rates. Like right now, you guys are borrowing money right now. It's 6 5/8 is the average loan in America today. 6 5/8. I'm borrowing money. I just borrowed money at 4.89. I don't know what the difference is.
1.7, 1.6, 1.7.
1.7%, and then do that on $2 billion. How much is that?
$34 million.
34 million bucks a year. Just by knowing where to go to get the loan. So we're going to show you how to do that, okay? All right, now this is my real estate career right here. In the first 12 years, 11 years, this is 11 years, I had no assets, none. In 1988, I bought my first piece of real estate. I went from a negative net worth to $200,000 in net worth. From 88 to 90, what is that, 2 or 3? 91. I increased my net worth 8 times. No, 35 times. Okay? With real estate, from 91 till 94, I would increase it another 5 times. So my net worth has been literally blown up by 190 times between, 88 and 94 in 6 years. Why? What was I doing here? I was adding real estate to my net worth, okay? This is my career, buying real estate for the last 40 years. We've gone from zero, taking out a $350,000 loan to buy my first